kwa maneno toka kinywani mwako, naja kwako Baba kwa imani, usemapo neno litapona. Sema neno katika maisha yangu, sema neno katika huduma yangu, sema neno katika uimbaji wangu, usemapo mimi nitapona. Ulinena na Musa kamwambia, nimeona mateso ya wana wangu, kamtuma ili awakomboe. Neno lako laleta ukombozi. Sema neno katika maisha yangu, sema neno katika huduma yangu, sema neno katika uimbaji wangu.
Thanks so very much, our sister Sarume, for your sweet song. God bless you and do you good. Yes, once again, this is Matalo TV coming to you live from our studios. It's my hope and trust that the Lord has kept you well. Yes, I'm reminded that in the Bible that this is the day that the Lord has made, and we must rejoice and be glad in it. Yes, it's my hope that you're also waiting eagerly to receive that which you're about to release from our studios this very particular day. Yes, be reminded we are on the very topic of conquering common mistakes in life, and today we are going to get a notch higher from where we stopped yesterday, and I believe that you are going to learn more today that will help you prepare and build your life in the best way possible. Yes, we are also dealing with time management, because as we deal with conquering our common mistakes in life, we are going to touch many areas that affects our daily lives. But this very particular moment, we have singled out time management, and that's where we'll go back and get to continue from where we stopped. But before we get started, I just want to invite all of us on board. Those that are following us through Facebook, continue doing the same, and encourage many to join Matalo TV, to like and also to share our page. Also, them that are following us through YouTube, just can continue encouraging most of your friends to join and also to subscribe, because we need all of us on board. Not forgetting to invite on board them that are following us through Instagram and Twitter. Please continue sharing with as many people as possible, and please encourage them to like and to share our page. Yes, not forgetting the majority of the people that are following us through TikTok. Please continue doing the same, and the Lord will bless you. Yes, this morning it feels so. I feel excited to be back on air, because I know there are so many people that are going to be helped this day. My joy is to see the people's lives transformed. That is my joy. And be reminded, it's only in Matalo TV where we educate people for free. It is only in Matalo TV where we encourage people and give people some hope when they are feeling like they are so hopeless in this life. And so before I get started, just allow me to switch to the other side of the studio to bring to you another number. And as I do so, please look for yourself a pen and a good notebook from where to write. And now let's enjoy this other song that is coming from the other side of our studio.
Magai, now doge ke kangai
Thanks also very much, our sister Jane, for your sweet song. God bless you and continue anointing you the more. Yes, we started on a topic yesterday that is time management. That will be part of conquering common mistakes in life. That is our major topic. But we are going to have some other subtopic in the same. And this time loud, we have singled out time management. Just to give us a review of what happened in the past lesson, we said it is not so much the hours that tell as the way we use them. In other words, you can have all the time, but if you don't know how to use your time wisely, you just waste yourself and waste your precious time. And it now matters how we are going to have the right approach on how to use our time. We need to plan for our time, we need to manage for our time, and we need to account for our time such that we may be able to share the benefits therein. So we also touched on that area where we said that time is irreversible and time is irreplaceable. That once time is spent, that time will never be recovered again. Or once time is wasted, that time will never be recovered. So if we are not going to make use of this very particular day that the Lord has granted to all of us, this day will never come again in our lives. It's gone and gone forever. You know, sometimes people think because we have another week that is coming, it will be like this week that maybe we are spending. No, this week will never appear again in our corridors of our lives. It is gone and gone. This month will never repeat itself in our corridor of life. Once this January 2024 passes on, it will be a forever forgotten thing. It will never ever come back again. And that's why we need to educate people to understand any time wasted will never be recovered. Any time misused will never be replaced. And that's why Matalo TV is coming to all of us to encourage us and to teach us, to train us on how best are meant to use or to spend our time. Yes, having said that, we also discovered that there is a time for each and everything under under heavens. Yes, everything that you see around has its own given time. Yes, you don't do all things at the same time, but you plan for your time such that you may know what to do what time. So you must allow yourself to separate issues here, because you cannot be a jack of all trade and achieve anything. So you must create time for whatever you want to do, for the goals that you want to fulfill, for the vision maybe that you want to fulfill. You must set the time for such in order for you to qualify to becoming a good achiever in life. Yes, time like a precious commodity, or time like a precious treasure. Yes, should be guarded, managed, and accounted for. That is also what we touched on. And we said if we have to become good achievers in life, if you have to become good manager, good successful people in life, we must learn how to account for our time, to manage for our time, and also to guard our time. These three points are very important, that you must learn to guard your time, to manage your time, and also to account for your time. If you lose it from there, you lose it all. You lose it else all over. You cannot contain time if you don't know how to go about time. So number one, know how to guard your time. Number two, manage your time. And number three, account for your time. I don't want to go into details. I trained and I taught so much about that. And today I am only touching on such as a review. Now, another thing that I mentioned is that so many people of us, live aimlessly without direction, without a goal or a purpose. Yes, be reminded that it is one thing to know how to guard your time, to manage your time, and to account for your time. But you must also go ahead to ask yourself, what do I want to achieve in life, such that you may not just live a reckless life. Now, when it comes to answering such a question, now at the back of your mind, you must have some direction, yes, because time that has no direction is a wasted time. Time that is without a goal is a wasted time. Time that is without a purpose is a wasted time. So you must have at the back of your mind some direction of where you want to come from and where you want to go. In other words, you must know where you're coming from and where you're headed to. You must have some direction as a wise person, as a wise man, as a wise woman. Number two, you must set some goals to take you there, because you cannot just you cannot just have some direction and fly over obstacles and think that you are going to achieve everything overnight. No. When you target to do something, there must come some set goals that will help you reach there. And that is why it is important for the wise to understand that time and goals are inseparable. You must set goals and set some time frame for such goals, such that you're not going to spend all your time trying to go around an issue. You have to set some goals and set for them some time frame, such that you may not consume your time on one thing and destroy yourself on another. Now, the number three, you must understand your purpose. You know, when you don't know your purpose in life, you just live recklessly and you just get drawn into other issues that are of no importance. You must know your purpose, such that you may not be a jack of all trades, such that you may not be drawn by people right, left, and center, and at the end of the day you get so misused and die frustrated. You must rise above all such petty things. Now, having said that, today I want to just start by saying that some people do not even make their own decisions. Yes. Now, I've finished with some review, and now today I want to discuss this, that it is so scaring that a majority of the people do not even make their own decisions. Listen to this. Whenever you are not able to make your own decision, you'll never be able to spend your time wisely. What help us use our times wisely is when we are able to make our own decisions. Now, listen to this. Making decision is not just an exciting game. No, it's a very tough game. And I believe that's why so many people choose not to make decisions. Because once you start to make your own decisions, you'll attract some new battles. But listen to this. It pays quite a great deal to know that when you make the right decision, your lives will have some order. But some people fear the battles that come with making decisions. From today, don't fear battles. Yes, battles will be part of making that decision, but be reminded that when you're not able to make your own decisions, you'll be misused, you'll be taken advantage of, and people would take advantage of you from every side. So make the right decision. Yes, they'll cost you a lot. They'll attract some new battles. They'll attract some new opposition. Yes, they'll attract some new criticism. Yes, but at the end of the day, you must understand it is the decisions that you make that counts in life. So if you're a man or a woman of no decision, your life counts for nothing. But when you start making the right decision, position, your life start to count. So get to understand that your time will only be used wisely when you know how best to make your own decisions. Yes. Now, another thing that we should get to understand is that we must learn to control our own lives. Yes, we must learn to control our own lives. Yes, sometimes we find ourselves allowing anybody anywhere, to interact to intervene in our own lives without even our knowledge. No, we should not allow people even to interfere, not even intervening. No, that is the right word here is to interfere. We should not allow people to interfere with our lives anyhow. We should learn to control our own lives. We should learn to manage our own lives. Yes, and also plan for the same. Yes, once you learn to control your life, you also learn to plan for your life. That is very, very important, because if you don't know how to control your life, you cannot also be able to control your time. If you don't know how to control your time, you cannot plan for your time. So it is important that we get to understand how we ought to live our individual lives in order for us to become achievers in life. Yes, it is important that we understand that the moment we don't know how to control our lives, the moment we don't know how to plan for our lives, the moment we don't know how to manage our own time, other people will use us like robots. Yes, you become a robot to be used by other people. And that's why I'm taking time in Matalo TV to train all of us the importance of using our time wisely. Because if we don't know how to go about it, some days we'll regret why we were given some time to live on the service of the earth. Sometimes we'll regret why we wasted our precious time. But before that time comes, can we have some order in our individual lives? Yes, before I get continued, allow me to switch to the other side of the studio and bring to us this other number. Thanks so very much, our sister Eriza, for your sweet song. I want to start by asking us a question here. Who is a free person? Because at the end of the day, we must find some people who knows how best to walk in their freedom. Who is a free person? Now, a free person is a person who can control his own destiny in the light of God's will. I want to come again. That a free person is a person who can control his own destiny in the light of God's will. Now, what is God's will? Yes, what is God's will? God's will is for all of us to understand our purposes. God's will is for all of us to understand our purposes. And remember, in my past lesson, I said there is none of us who was created by God that is without a purpose. But how many of us have realized their purposes? Maybe a few of us have discovered their purposes in life. Yes, and I encourage all of us, and I'll continue encouraging all of us to seek to understand the purposes as to why God created all of us. Don't just be born and die having achieved nothing. Get to go into, onto your knees and seek from God to understand the purpose as to why He created you. Don't copy from your brothers and sisters. Don't copy from your neighbors. And it's so scaring that so many people don't live their own lives. They live to copy from others. They like imitating other people, and they die with their own potential. Listen to me and listen carefully. When you don't live in your own purpose, you'll be misused and you will misuse yourself, and you'll die with a lot of potential inside of you. Now, the only thing that unlocks your potential is when you find your purpose. That is the only thing that unlocks your potential. So if you don't discover your purpose on earth, if you don't understand why God created you, I'm telling you, you will die with your potential having achieved nothing. But I'm saying this as I repeat myself, that the only thing that unlocks our potential is when we discover our purposes. The only thing that unlocks our potential is when we discover our purpose. Yes, so if you don't if you don't discover your purpose, you continue locking your potential. So I'm encouraging young people to fight to discover their potential in life, such that they unlock that to unlock I'm encouraging young people to fight to discover their purpose, such that they may unlock their potential. Yes, even the old, continue fighting to discover your purpose, such that you may unlock your potential. Listen to this. God is not mean. God is so generous, and He has given to all of us the purposes and the power therein, or the potential therein, to drive that purpose. So if you want to get to enjoy life, discover your purpose, and that will help you unlock your potential. Now, when you do it that way, you don't struggle in life, you don't endure in life, you enjoy life. And so it is important to understand that God is still waiting for people to realize their freedom by living according to His will. Now, this is now when you come to that level of understanding freedom as a person, this is where now time management comes in. Now, when you discover God's will, when you discover your purpose, this is where time management comes in. Now, a person has to realize the scarcity and importance of time. A person has to realize the scarcity and the importance of time. The moment you discover your purpose and you start to unlock your potential, that is the moment you realize how scarce time is. You know, as long as you have not discovered your purpose, you have all the time with you. But the moment you discover your purpose and your potential start to unlock, that is the moment you discover that time is so scarce and time passes very fast, that you don't have enough time to accomplish that which you want. Yes, ask those people who have discovered their purposes on earth. They'll never have enough time to do what they're intending to do. Yes, some even deny themselves sleep to be able to catch up with that which they want to fulfill. Yes, that is something that all of us need to understand. But it feels so good for a person who does not know their purpose, and who does not unlock, who does not unlock their potential. They feel okay, they feel good, they don't want to leave their comfort zone, they want just to remain there in a merry-go-round. They want just to rotate on one thing, and they get excited of small things. Listen to this. It is time that you wake up from your slumber and realize that you are killing yourself and you are destroying yourself. Now, it is important that we understand that if our time is cheap, then we are living below our God-given potential. Now, this is the only gauge, or this is the only measure. This is the only gauge that we can use to measure. How you are conducting your life. If your time is so cheap, be reminded that if your time is cheap, you are living below God-given potential. So when you start to understand the potential that God has given to you through the purpose that He created you for, you start to understand that your time is so expensive to be misused, to be mismanaged, to be treated anyhow. So your time will remain cheap as long as you don't know the God-given potential, or when you don't know your purpose on earth. But the moment you discover your your purpose and the potential therein, that is the moment you discover you don't have time, and you have less time than you thought you had. So the scarcity of time and start to unfold before you. So this very particular moment, I'm throwing to all of us that are watching Matalo TV this challenge. How expensive is your time? Yes, that's a challenge that I'm throwing to all of us. How expensive is your time? Yes, some of us are so generous that that people take advantage of us. When they want to roam about, they come and call you to join them as they roam about. When they want just to make fun, they come and pick you to go and make fun. When they want to go dancing, they come and pick you and you join them to go. When they go dancing, listen to this. Your time should be expensive from today. You should not allow your time to be cheap again. From this very particular moment, I know out of ignorance, you could not have helped yourself. But this time round, God is giving you an eye opener. Yes, God is using Matalo TV to become an eye opener in your life, such that your time from today will not be cheap again, such that your time from today will be very expensive. If anybody want to use your time, they must give concrete reason as to why they must spend time with you. They must explain themselves. They must give enough reason as to why you should join their meeting, as to why you should join what they are doing. They should be ready to explain, and explain in a way that all people can be able to understand. Now listen to this. It is important that we understand that when we don't know how best to utilize our time, to treat our time, there will come a day when this question will ring in our minds. What question? Why do some people get so much accomplished and leave behind the great accomplishment, while others pass almost unnoticed, leaving few traces behind them after their lifetime? Yes, I want to throw this challenge to all of us in a form of a question. Why do some people get so much accomplished and leave behind them great accomplishments, while others pass almost unnoticed, leaving few traces behind them after their lifetime? Okay, now the reason the reason why some people leave behind a great legacy and others pass with unnoticed traces. Listen to this. The reason for that is how they used or they spent their time. The reason I mean, the answer to that question is that the both parties, the one who accomplished much and the one who passed on with unlimited traces of what they did, is on how they used or how they spent their time. So if you want to be a great achiever, it is how you use your time. If you want to pass on without some traces about what you did in life, know how best to misuse your time. So if you misuse your time, you come, I mean, you come and go and leave nothing to be remembered. But if you know how best to use your time, people will not remember you for your height or the way you used to walk or the way you used to talk. People will only remember you through your achievements or through the accomplishment that you made in life. So people will not remember you on your walking style. No, they forget about all such things. People will not remember you because you married to so many wives. No, but people will only remember you out of achievements, out of accomplishments that you leave behind. So before I get continued, allow me to switch to the other side of the studio and bring to us this other number.
Jehova twahoya tũteithie, no teithio rĩa umaga kũrĩ we. Kĩrĩa gĩothe tũrabatara gĩkoragwo rũĩ-inĩ rwaku. Tũteithie, tũteithie, Jehova twahoya tũteithie, 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 Jehova twahoya tũteithie. Twaroria bendera citũ thĩ, twambarania rĩtwa rĩaku. Bendera yaku ĩrombarara, Jehova we mwene ũteithio. Tũteithie, tũteithie, Jehova twahoya tũteithie.
Thanks also very much, our brother Karwege, for your sweet song. God bless you and God do you good. Now, my question goes back to all of us. Is your time cheap? Consider that question today. So if your time is cheap, then you are living below God-given potential. Yes, from there, I'm going to introduce us to some guidelines on how to spend our time. Yes, I've taken time to elaborate on how to manage our time, but this time round, I'm going to introduce us on some guidelines on how we can spend our time the best way possible. So some guidelines on how to spend our time. Now, I'm going to take us through some steps here that will help us understand how best to spend our time. Number one, we are going to tackle something that we call, something that to help us get organized, or the number one thing is to get organized. So if you want to spend your time in the right way and in a productive way, you must get organized. Yes, how do we get organized? So stop doing useless tasks and find out what you really want. Stop doing some useless tasks and find out what you really want to do in life. So don't just do anything that just comes your way. No. Be very selective. Know what you want to do in life. Don't just be a jack of all trade. It doesn't pay. It doesn't augur well. So stop doing useless tasks and find out what you really want to do in life. Number two, get a diary. I'm saying the year is still very young. But up to now, there are so many millions of people who do not even have a small pocket diary. Yes, they don't have even that small pocket diary. Listen to this, you're planning to fail. If you don't have a diary, your life will be mixed up. And that's why we are encouraging, or I'm encouraging, that we get organized. Because with some disorganization, your time will be consumed. And you don't know how expensive it is to live a disorganized life. To spare yourselves some pain here, buy yourself a diary to guide your time, to guide your day, to guide your week, and to guide your month, and also to guide your year. So if you don't plan like that, you're planning to fail. So get a diary or implement a plan to help you do the most important tasks. So if you don't have a diary, set a plan that will help you do the most important task in life. Yes, have a plan and some targets on what you want to achieve this new year. Yes, plan for that. Plan your day, plan your week, plan your month as you plan your year. Have some targets that you want to reach. Have some goals that you want to achieve. And by that, you'll be a wise man and you'll be a wise woman. So personal disorganization, as I've just said, is time consuming and very expensive. Personal disorganization is time consuming and very expensive. So if you don't know that, know it from today. That personal disorganization is time consuming and very expensive. Number two, use time wisely. Number two, use time wisely. Yes, how do we use time wisely? We should invest time in making ourselves better people in life. We should use time, or we should invest time in making ourselves better people in life. And how do we invest? We invest time in making ourselves better people. It's by enrolling for a new course. It's by training yourself in some new skills. Yes, it's just maybe going back to school and completing a degree, a diploma, a master's course, a PhD. You are making yourself better than you were yesterday. Yes, if you are a preacher, enroll for a enroll in Bible school and study your Bible properly. Yes, I know sometimes it doesn't augur well with many, but let me tell you, a dull axe will cost you so much. But if you sharpen your axe, then the going will be easy. So don't struggle so much in life when there are means and ways to sharpen your axe. So this very particular moment, it is important that you invest your time in making yourself a better person than you were yesterday. I don't want to exhaust everything today. I want to spare some for another day. But I hope even from where we are right now, you are discovering yourself and you have started to understand how best to make use of your time. So I hope you're getting educated, you're getting informed, and you're getting also transformed by the information. So God bless you and God do you good. I'm with you in Matalo TV, and I'll continue teaching us on those areas where we find ourselves failing. And I'll teach us on how to conquer such common mistakes and become better people who will make our nation a great nation, who will make our neighborhood a great neighborhood, who will make our society a great society, and who will also make our churches great churches, because God is also looking for wise leaders, wise sons and daughters to conduct his affairs. So God bless you and God do you good. Let's switch to the other side of the studio and bring to us this other number.
Nendoka harwe, nendoka toranere, nendoka goshokerie ngado, ne mara mode onjekeire.